What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God.
It's normal for a Muslim American to react that way before people freak out, okay?
Breaking tonight, we're getting some word out of northeast Philadelphia of what's believed to be a small plane crashing into a number of houses there. Waiting for some pictures there. I think we have them coming to us from Fox 29 in Philadelphia. Fires burning in multiple spots. If you know that area, northeast Philadelphia, Cotman Avenue and Roosevelt Boulevard. We're being told by Fox 29 that multiple fires are burning. There are pieces of what appears to be this airplane scattered here. That's from Steve Keeley, one of the reporters from Fox 29 on the ground. You can see some of the fires there. Authorities closing off those.
It was a Mexican air ambulance, Learjet 55, jet rescue air ambulance. Country of registration is Mexico. Oh boy, can't wait for the viruses. Oh my Lord.
Areas.
It's a sad state of affairs when devastating things happen. And, immediately when devastating things happen, immediately I'm like, oh God, people are going to get extra sane over this. Yeah, this is a second plane crash. It wasn't a Cessna. It was a air ambulance. It was we just saw it. It's this plane, a Learjet 55. It's a small plane. Oh my God. I knew a coworker who believes heavily that the rapture is coming. Big mega church near me is saying it will happen any day now. And they're so excited for it. The more awful things get, the more excited. Fox 29 stream.
Right. So then there was another one, Canada Regional Jet, going to South Bend, Indiana. That airplane looks like it got where it was going. The one of these Lears looks like it's still up going where it's supposed to. So it's really hard to tell, kind of, what's going on. I mean, it's some people are saying it was a Lear. Some people are saying it was a Canada Regional Jet. So who knows?
Okay. Fred TC, thank you for joining us, giving us your expertise, and I appreciate what you very much helped us try to understand what happened here. So thanks for your time. We're going to get back to Steve Keeley on the ground. It's been a while since we've talked to Steve, probably at least 20 minutes or so, as he has tried to...
From M HUD. This guy was in a drive-thru trying to order food when the plane crashed behind him in Philadelphia. Jesus Christ, dude.
Oh, plane just crashed. Oh.
I was there, really? Look at the pictures of what's left of the plane. So what's the speculation as to how this plane was like lit on fire? Do we have any idea? What are people saying?
What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Oh my God.
It's normal for a Muslim American to react that way before people freak out. Okay, calm down,
That's a plane, bro. That's a plane. I caught that on camera. Yo! Allahu Akbar.
Yeah, I mean, as Temasius also correctly points out, I literally said Jesus Christ when reacting to it, which is no different, okay?
Yo! Oh my God. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
Why do you say Jesus? Aren't you Muslim? I am incredibly Americanized. That's number one. Number two, Jesus is like Muslims also recognize Jesus. I don't know if you knew that or not, but not that I'm like a practicing Muslim anyway, but Muslims recognize Jesus as a prophet, just not the Son of God, I think.
La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah.
That's wild to be like, I'm going in. I wouldn't do that, but dude, holy crap. It's perished. It's completely it's gone. It's total and utter, complete annihilation, total destruction. There was a man on fire. I can't watch that. Oh my Lord. It's truly insane stuff.
Seeing this is, and still I have not gotten any information on potential victims on the ground. This was a crowded mall. It was a packed Cotman Avenue waiting for the traffic lights at the boulevard, and I know firsthand because I was in it moments before and moments after on both sides. So
there's your update. I'm going to go back over the scene. I'll get right back to you, and we expect to hear from, I know Police Commissioner Kevin Bethel just arrived. We'll hear from police, and we'll learn what they know at this early juncture still. As you hear sirens, fire department, ambulances leaving, and it's also a gruesome scene. I was warned at one point. Everybody was moving me back to be for our safety and other things. It's just awful scene. And the police and the fire department doesn't even know the extent of everything that happened just yet, because Cottman Avenue is one of the busiest streets in Philadelphia, along with Roosevelt Boulevard, at the busiest time of day, evening rush hour on a Friday.
All right, Steve Keeley, get to safety, and as soon as you have more information, we will check back in with you. You are doing an awesome job out there.
And I was going to ask Steve about injuries. He obviously has no information on that, but I mean, objective one for first responders is to find anybody on the ground who needs medical attention. And I don't know if you can hear me, Steve, but have you seen any patients being loaded onto gurneys, people being scooped up by ambulance or police officers in need of medical attention, anything like that? Okay, I think he took off. It's very fluid for him.
Right.
We're trying to get him back on the phone. When we do that, we can. But as you mentioned earlier, Dawn, Governor Josh Shapiro is the one who really helped shed some light on this plane, the occupants, the 6 people on board a medical flight.
This is a different plane than the one that we were covering in D.C. This happened in Pennsylvania, in Northeast Philadelphia. NBC has a special report on it.
Clear. Doesn't tell us much. It tells us it happened relatively quickly after takeoff. That much we do know. We don't know how high in altitude the aircraft had reached before the descent occurred, but what we do know is that shortly after takeoff, air traffic controllers lost contact with the aircraft.
When it happens earlier than maybe towards the middle or the end of the flight, does it make it any more difficult for the pilot to somehow try to save the flight, save the aircraft in any way, or there are just moments when you just can't?
It depends on the issue, and that's why it's always hard to kind of try to figure these things out until you get to the core questions. It's hard to know.
On jets like that, before takeoff, are they routinely inspected? Are they inspected at different points, throughout their flight hours? How does that work?
That's an airworthiness question. I think that would have to come down to someone from the agency who's dealing with certification.
Okay, Todd, we appreciate that. We're gonna listen back to our affiliate in Philadelphia on their ongoing coverage.
A lot of concern and worry from folks.
You realize Ethan's video is an 85% like rate, right? Just had to come in and let you know, dude. Thanks, brother. I don't give a shit. Oh, man.
Folks that we talk to, not just about can they... Okay. Sorry, there's a phone right there. Yep.
Oh, no.
There's nothing to say. We're live, so I'm not trying to put you on the spot. Appreciate you. Got you. Here. Okay, appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate that. So we're still waiting for that update. Tried to get us some information, but they didn't want to go on with anything. But here's the other view right now. We're at Cottman and Bustleton down at the other end, and I can tell you in the video that we have, and presumably some of the video that you've been showing, that is the area that was engulfed in flames. That was the area that had damage to the building. That was the area where some of those cars were damaged as well. So there's a lot going on right now. We're being pushed back once again out of the road. So we'll send it back to you. Hopefully we'll be able to get some information to you guys soon on the record. It looks like they're starting to plan stuff right now. But let's send it back to you guys in the studio.
Aaron Baskerville live on the ground. We're hearing that we can see right there that Aaron Baskerville and our crews are being asked to move. Deanna Durante, who's also there on the ground, says that she's hearing authorities telling people to leave on foot, even if they don't have transportation to get out of that area. Just the imperativeness of getting close to this plane crash and possibly residences that were damaged as well.
Traffic just that bad, they're telling people to walk instead of drive.
I believe we have Siobhan McGurl joining us now. Siobhan, what can you tell us, and where are you exactly?
Yeah, hey guys, we're right in that same spot Aaron just was, right here at Roosevelt and Cottman. They just told us to take a step back, but before they did, I was able to talk to that firefighter right there on scene. I said, hey, what are you seeing? Can you tell us? He says, we are far from that still very active. As you can see, they still have a lot of work to do here. I asked about evacuations. I was over on Rupert Street, and the police were starting to evacuate people there. Fire officials said, oh yes, evacuations are underway. You can see that smoke coming from the scene. Dozens of law enforcement and first responders here. They are telling us to push back right now. So Miguel can come this way. We'll be on the move. All right. Thank you, sir. You got it. Thank you. As you guys can see, a very fluid situation right now. Still a lot of work happening.
What's happening is the debris field has widened.
I want to clarify something. I know I initially said, oh, it's a small plane. They crash all the time. It's not that significant. But I had not realized that it had literally crashed into a crowded suburb. So yeah, no, it is. This is an understandable story to cover as well. It's not like it's just a Cessna that fell in a field, like, you know, by a beloved actor who was flying drunk or something. You know what I mean? This is a pretty. It's a medical flight. It crashed into a suburb of northern Philadelphia. Like it's a not a suburb. It's still the city. I mean, okay, it crashed into northern Philadelphia, a city. So it is a significant story for sure. It's pretty crazy.
And we heard from Tracy Davidson that Governor Josh Shapiro put out a statement saying all Commonwealth resources are being used as they respond to Northeast Philadelphia. We also just received information and a statement from Philadelphia City Council, Councilmember Driscoll, Mike Driscoll, saying, my heart is heavy as we continue to learn more about this tragic plane crash in Northeast Philadelphia. We're in direct communication with our emergency response team to monitor the ongoing impacts to the immediate and surrounding area. This is an active emergency response situation, sadly, with reported mass casualties. That is the first time we heard about that. We knew there were 2 people on board that plane, that medical jet, but according to this statement from Philadelphia City Council, he is saying that sadly there were mass casualties. Right now, our focus is on the needs of our first responders on the ground, as well as the individuals and families impacted by this tragedy. We ask that people please avoid the area. We will continue to monitor as this unfolds. Our prayers are with everyone right now. Again, him echoing what we have heard so much from our reporters on the ground, people being asked to avoid the area. But it raises question about how many people could potentially, unfortunately, be impacted by this, far beyond the people who were on that plane, on that medical jet.
We do know that there have been several vehicles that have caught fire. According to witnesses on the ground, we know 3 homes caught fire at St. Vincent's and Calvert. And we know that there have been numerous other businesses impacted by the crash here. This is video again that we showed you earlier that just shows you this is part of the investigative scene right here. This is the debris field. These are things that happened as a result of this plane crash that you're seeing right now. Things still on fire. And we know that things are still burning even at this hour from the plumes of smoke that we see behind our reporters who are giving us a first feet on the ground appearance of what's going on.
Again, to summarize what we know, a Learjet 55 crashed around 6 o'clock this evening, 6:30 p.m. local time, we are being told. After departing from Northeast Philadelphia Airport, there were 2 people on board the plane en route to Springfield Branson National Airport in Missouri. The FAA, the NTSB investigating. We're being told that the NTSB is already gathering information. We also know that 3 homes caught fire. The location of those homes are at St. Vincent and Calvert. And we have heard from people on the ground that not only did they feel the ground shaking and saw an explosion, but we also know that there's just a lot of heightened anxiety because of what happened yesterday, because of that plane crash as well. People being asked to stay out of the area because of the fumes, because of the smoke, and to not get in the way of medical personnel who are trying to get to that scene.
I want to show you a piece of Nest video that's into our newsroom now to give you another view of exactly what's going on, of what we've seen this evening. Here it is right here. exactly what happened. You know, that video also has a timestamp on it as well. And if you notice, it's pretty similar to the timestamp that we saw on the other piece of video that we showed you. But yeah, as Jacqueline was just saying, we had reports of people who felt the ground shake. They saw vehicles on fire, and just a very unnerving predicament to find yourself in on a Friday evening. In this scene right here, dozens of first responders on the scene, the emergency management office telling people to stay away. Heavy smoke is a big concern right now. Stay inside. They are staging a media area at Cotman and Bustleton, but as they do that, they're trying to evacuate people. We heard, I think it was Aaron Baskerville or either Siobhan McGurl say that the police commissioner was on the scene there. So presumably we expect to hear from him and get an update from him. We heard our Deanna Durante say that they were trying to get as many police officers who were available to be a part of the scene to control traffic in this very busy part of Northeast Philadelphia. We have our Shire Arias, who is live on the scene, who earlier showed us a piece of debris that was...
Having a favorite plane channel is about to become very normal. I know. I know. Boy, was I wrong about the plane enjoyers in general. Yo, Hassan, you look mad Turkish right now. Thank you. What an end for the first month of the year. Trump is really going to burn down America. Yeah. Trump is president. It has been 11 days of the Burger Reich so far. And on the 11th day, a second plane has fell out from the sky. I don't think this is necessarily Trump's fault, to be fair. But it certainly is a bad omen. Let's just say. Pretty crazy. I also, like I said, do not understand how people who are religious don't see this as like a scary situation.
That entire area is filled with homes. And I don't want to give an exact description of what I saw from a video moments ago, but I did see a lot of fire that was in that area where the accident happened, and people running away from the fire as well. A lot of people at that time were trying to get to their houses, coming out from work, right? Because, again, this is residential and also...
Okay, I think we lost Shaira.
What is happening?
Now there's a close shot where you can see all of the smoke and the flames.
Yeah, and you could just see firefighters look like they were putting water on that fire, if I'm not mistaken, from the first shot we saw.
We had been reporting that 2 people were on board the plane. We were unsure if there was also a patient who was being transported because it was a medical plane. Right now on our screen, we are seeing at least 6 people were on board that plane that crashed. We were initially saying there were 2 people, but now apparently there were 6 people who were on board.
We have been listening to NBC Philadelphia as they covered that plane crash into a northern Philadelphia neighborhood moments ago. The Secretary of Transportation, Sean Duffy, tweeting that a Learjet crashed after departing from Northeast Philadelphia Airport. He's saying there were reportedly 6 people on board, but we have not confirmed the casualties or injuries on the plane or on the ground. We thank you for watching Top Story tonight. I'm Tom Yamas reporting from Washington.
You a weirdo, huh? Wait, why?
Continues right now.
And we are coming on the air with breaking news. Once again, another plane has crashed on the East Coast. This one, a medical jet that plummeted from the sky above Philadelphia and crashing near a mall and some neighborhood homes. A warning, the videos coming in right now are absolutely shocking.
Over under on what they blame this on, DEI. Conspiracy theorists will say it's a missile. It's a Mexican plane, so they'll say it's DEI for sure. You know, just conspiracy theorists are already saying it's a missile. Plane is registered to Mexico, so they'll say DEI. I don't know who the actual pilots were. It's a medical plane. It's a medical ambulance. I don't know. I just Chuck dies. Chuck dies. Thank you for the 25 gifted subs. Have you talked about the new video of information theory? No, I have not. I will be in a brief moment, as soon as March gets here, I'll be going to the Japanese Communist Party's headquarters. Okay. The Japanese Communist Party is one of the biggest, at least in like, I mean, obviously India has like a lot larger active communist parties, but the Japanese Communist Party is one of the biggest active communist parties, you know, on the planet. And I will, we have unprecedented access